This is a story about how I went from hating my job at Target, and I mean absolutely hating it, to modeling in New York City. So if you want to see me go surf some face in this big old apple, you better keep on watching. I'm going to New York City in this video, okay? To give a brief rundown of the situation, a few months ago I was like, I don't really like working at Target anymore. So one day I called out, I drove to Seattle, and I met with a photographer named Michaelin Valenciano. The shoot went great, and a week later I even got a contract. And shortly after they gave me my contract, they were like, you should also look at getting a plane ticket to New York. And I was like, yeah, totally. I can totally get to New York for you. I will get to New York for you. Like, there's just only one thing. I'm not well traveled, like at all. So this was a big trip. This was a big trip for me, okay? Now, the event that I'm going to is called IMTA. It stands for International Modeling and Talent Association. Right? Like, what does that even mean? Basically, IMTA is a week-long competition where about 300 agents will come from around the world and watch models and actors compete. And essentially, if they like you, they give you a contract. And if they don't like you, then they will not give you a contract. People like Ashton Kutcher have gone there, Josh Duhamel, this lady, and now me. So, let's go to New York. This is the first time in 2 years that I wasn't going to be with my best friend every day. And this was the first time in, like, almost 20 years that, like, I wasn't going to be, like, close to my brother. And so, Jake, just get a little sentimental and sappy. I'm gonna miss you guys so much. I love you guys so fucking much, okay? I love you guys so much.
You're gonna do great, Dylan. You're gonna do great.
I'm gonna freaking kill it. I'm gonna freaking own it, okay?
I love you.
I love you guys. Oh shit, this is a big bag.
I love you.
Love you. Okay, bye. I love you guys. Bye. Bye. Fucking love you guys. I'm all alone now. Oh, they open here? Cool. But then I was in the airport for 2 hours and I was like, oh. Okay. The last time I had been in an airport, actually, I was 12 years old and we were going to San Diego. And that was like a 2-hour plane ride. I was just had my hand held through that entire thing. So this was a big trip, guys. I was no parents, no adults, just baby. And I was going across the country for the first time. And I'm like, oh my God, like every bad thing I was thinking, the plane, we're too high up. I don't know if this pilot knows what he's doing. He's taking us to space right now. I don't think I'm safe. And what do you know what? He did actually know how to fly a plane. And before I knew it, I was in. After a very beautiful Uber ride where I was like kind of feeling myself, I was all like, welcome to New York, welcome to New York. I literally made a New York playlist on Spotify with all songs that were referencing the Great Big Apple. It was kind of like a shock, honestly, getting there and like looking out the window. I was like sitting there in that car being like, damn. What y'all doing with all that building? I arrived at the hotel. Yeah, so I walked up to the desk and I was like, hey, I'm Dallin Slater. Is my room ready? And she was like, no, it's not. And it probably won't be for another few hours. And I was like, oh, all right, that's chill. And so all I was doing at that point, I knew that the guy I was sharing a room with was going to be there sometime in the morning too. So basically I was just waiting patiently. But it's fine because it gave me time to think about what I was about to do and what I needed to get done and kind of just orient my thoughts. So I kind of just chilled out and I journaled for a bit until finally Mr. Malachi Walker, this guy. So he came up and then we were chit-chatting. Finally we get an email from our agency and they're like, you can head down and meet us in this room. And basically they go over the whole week and what we're going to do, what we're competing in. We get our lists. I'm competing in a lot. I'm doing a lot at this competition for this week. I am competing in jeans, model spot, swimwear, commercial print, and fashion print and runway. But there was a casting at 1:30. So my agent, he said, when we go up, we're going to get you fitted for the casting. And then at 1:30, you have to go like to the casting. And I was like, okay, I got this. I've got this in the bag. So I go up, we get me fitted. This is my fashion print and my casting outfit, okay? So my casting, I'm just wearing this. My fashion print has a few more accessories. These ladies who were working the event, they're kind of like lining everybody up from like tallest to shortest. So I was like kind of somewhere in the middle here, you know? So like tallest here, shortest here. I'm like, meow. I'm like right here. There were some tall ass motherfuckers in that place, okay? Finally gets to my turn and I'm about to go, right? And I couldn't film it, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. I go, I'm eating, I'm kind of looking at this desk, right? I'm kind of looking like right above this desk, right? Because I want to be like serious. I want to be like, hey kid, don't ever let them. You know what I mean? So basically, at IMTA, they give you a number. Mine was 5625. So that's just the number that I had through the entire week. Can you hear me good? So 6 p.m. finally rolls around. So I'm going down and I'm looking through this like crowd of people. I just get my phone out and I just zoom in and there I am. 5625. I made the callback. Which, okay, a callback does not mean that you have booked a job, okay? A callback simply means they would like to call you back. And if they don't like you, you didn't book it. I cannot make that more clear. So it's like at 6. The callback itself is like around 9, okay? I'm like, perfect. Like, that's 3 hours. And I can get a nap in, okay? I can nap for 30 minutes and then go down there, or an hour. You know, I'll just set an alarm on my phone. No big D. I'm just gonna set an alarm on my phone and take a nap. I woke up 3.5 hours later. Yeah, I'm crying. I didn't even film any of that part that night. And I just find it so funny because when we got back to our hotel room, I wanted to like film like a little bit where it was me and Malachi. This is what it ended with. So this is us before the callback, and then we'll come back after the callback.
Hopefully with
Imagine
some
it
good news.
cuts and we're just sobbing our eyes out. Hey, I missed the callback. We both did. For some fucking reason, like I'm like feeling myself like getting out of this like funk that I was in, you know? And the funk was like good. It was like the grind set. I was in a grind set and I was ready to like come here and do all this shit. And now that I'm here, I'm like literally in New York City. Like, look at this shit. Look how high up I am. And it's just weird because now I'm here and I'm like seeing all these people and all these things moving around and like I'm like really overwhelmed, but I need to just like take a deep breath and like do what I'm here to do. Yesterday, it fucked me up that I missed it and like I was really feeling like shit about myself and I'm like, holy fuck, like what are you doing here, you know? I need to get out of my head. Today's a new day and I have a lot to do. Okay, first on the docket, I have to do I have to find food. I have to eat breakfast, because yesterday my biggest issue was I was jet lagged as shit and didn't realize it, and I hadn't eaten all day. So that's not good. So we're gonna start the day off by going downstairs and finding literally anything edible. But yesterday when we were doing our runway practice, my agent's name is Hank. Well, the president of the agency I work with, his name is Hank. He's a sweet, lovely man. I love that man. He's actually made the shit I want to happen. Yesterday when I missed that callback, it really like stabbed me in the gut. You know what I mean? It like killed me because I was like, I wasn't really worried. Well, I was worried about disappointing myself, but I'm more worried about disappointing Hank, if I'm being real. I felt like a piece of garbage. Like I felt like, oh my God, like what am I doing here? But I know what I'm doing here. I'm doing literally exactly what I wanted to do here, and for some reason I feel so out of it. But I need to like get out of it and get on my A game. That's what we're gonna do today. And we have jeans competition today. So basically, my jeans outfit. Don't I look so good? Don't I look so good in that jeans outfit? That's the competition today. I'm walking down a runway in that today. But Hank's friend, while we were doing modeling training, she like pulled me aside and she was like, I have a guy in my agency and you look a lot like him and he's working in Milan right now. So I think you're gonna do really good here. And I was like, thank you. Like it felt good to be validated like that. Because I kept getting in my head all day. I'm like, God, what am I doing here? Like, why am I here? What am I like? I got here and I'm like looking around at all these beautiful people and I'm like, what? But yeah. So I guess I'm just gonna go do this and then yeah, my jeans walk, I have to kind of have a smile, but I don't know if I'm gonna be like a smiley model. That's good. We'll do that. We'll do that face. Hopefully. You know what? I might actually change that up. I might actually change that. I might change my mind. So, but yeah, I think that everything's gonna be fine and it's all gonna work out. And yeah, did I miss that callback? Yeah, but you know what? At least I got the callback. Hey, how about that? At least I got the callback, and it wasn't even like a mandatory competition. Like, agents will be there, and it sucks that I'm not gonna be a part of that show, but it is what it is at the end of the day. And you know what? Maybe one day we'll work together again. So, I'm excited to get some food in my belly though. Like, what is down there? I don't know. But yeah, so I guess I'll TTYL. We got a little free time, so me and Malachi and his mom went to go walk around Central Park, and I gotta say that this was one of my favorite moments because in comparison to the rest of the city, it was really calm and peaceful, and it just felt like a little slice of home. And the park was it was just really beautiful, and it reminded me of like a Washington forest, and I was just like, it was really just eating it up because I do like nature. I love nature so much, and it just really calmed me down. I was just like, yeah, like, you know what? You're here and you're gonna freaking kill it. You're gonna own it and you're gonna do the best that you can do, and you're gonna soak up every moment here that you can and learn as much as you can. And it just made me really hopeful. And I just saw a lot of people doing all these beautiful things, and it just made me really hopeful. And I found this man playing the violin, and it was really cute and fun. Now, in this next competition, I'm going to warn you. It's swimwear. Let me be the first one to say my body type might not be the most traditional male body type. It might not be the most flattering male body type. Because I have the waist of a cheerleader who hates her body. Should I say that? I have the waist of somebody going through a hard time as a cheerleader. Okay, bitch, I've got a cunty waist. Like, holy fuck. Yeah, I've got a cunty little waist. Listen, like, they were doing up my hair when I got there, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Now, like, I think that the look we were going for was trying to, like, make my hair look wet, and you see, I was in a position where I just had to be like, what the fuck do I know? You know what I'm right? Like, I mean, and now as for the fit, okay, I was fitted by my agents, okay? They did put together the outfits, and we did really good on all the other ones, and this one was the only one where I did have a few holdups with, and I did get to pick the little swimwear piece that I was in, and it wasn't really for aesthetic purposes, it was more just because it was the only one that I believed would keep my bits in place. I don't. This is the life I chose. Yeah. Anyway, I did it. I went and I did great. I went and I did all right. I was really nervous because I was like, oh, I am about to get like up on a stage and like model walk like with all my bod hanging out. And then I realized, oh my god, this is the job. Like, this is like, I have to be okay with this. And I was. Like, I really didn't care that much. It was just, like, I realized in my head later on that, like, oh, everybody has to do the same thing I'm doing. Like, I'm not, like, the only one. You know how they're, like, imagine everybody else is in their underwear? Like, well, they were. So I got over it pretty quick. Finally, we're, like, in the middle of the week, and I'm feeling pretty good. I had a few, like, acting things, and those were just, like, they gave you a script for, like, a commercial read, and then you would go in and, like, read it, and then they wouldn't say anything, and then you'd leave. And you're not allowed to film or really have anything on you in there, so, of course, I couldn't really film that, but I did good, I think. I just had, like, a commercial about toothpaste, so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna poop myself over toothpaste, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my god, they're gonna hate me, and they're gonna think that I did awful, when I'm just talking about toothpaste. But finally, we were getting fitted for the fashion print. Now, this was the same outfit that I was wearing in my casting, except you remember I had a little accessory, this big fat Louis Vuitton bag. This was my agent's bag, and he just looks at me and he goes,
don't put this down anywhere and don't let it out of your sight.
And you know what I did? I sat down with it in my lap everywhere I went. I took it with me. I didn't even go pee. Yeah, and one of the other models, he got a video of me on the runway. This is what you came for. And honestly, I'm really rather glad that there was loud music there, because I have really loud cracking ankles, and if the music wasn't playing, I'd be really concerned that all they'd hear is some shit like this. And I really wouldn't be down for that. Like, I really don't need them to all know that my ankles crack everywhere I go. It sounds like I'm hauling a bag of bones up the stairs when I'm walking or running up the stairs. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. The algorithm chose you because you know you carry the same struggle. And then it just sets in this fear of like getting arthritis when I'm older, and like I'm gonna have to deal with this when I'm old, and it's probably gonna just become an issue when I'm old because old people just like get old and then get problems. Like, mo age, mo problems, am I right? After I did that walk, I was feeling really good about it, you know, and I walked back to my agent, and then I was stopped. And you're never gonna guess by who. I was stopped by the same designer whose callback I completely missed. And you know who that was? That was Aaron Potts. Aaron, I'm sorry. I took a nap. He told me that if I wouldn't have taken that nap, that I would have been in the show, which f***ing sucked to hear. Because I was like, damn it, like I just had to go take a nap. Never taking a nap ever again, actually. He had a chat with my agent, and they were talking, and he was like,
Is he busy, like, recently or, like, soon in the future?
and he was like, no, he's just some kid from Spokane. He's not doing anything. He's just working at a Target. And I was like, yeah, I'm just a kid working at a Target. I'm just a stupid kid working at a Target, and I don't do anything. That's me. But yeah, overall, that kind of validation, really quick, like, it felt really good. It felt really good because I was like really beating myself up about it, but it was like such a little full circle moment. Like I was just really pleased with myself and like the way I was flowing through, because I never really did that before. You know, I didn't just start getting into modeling and like be like, oh yeah, I'm just really good at this because I'm classically trained. I just did it because honestly, I just wanted to. I was bored and I wanted to. When I worked at Target, actually, you can ask any of my coworkers, I was like just model walking all around that store in circles. On a runway, model walking looks phenomenal. It looks great. But in a Target, it looks kind of weird. But I mean, I didn't care because I had a goal in mind. And this was the goal. And I was there and I was doing the goal. And that was what felt good. Hi. So, today is my last day in New York. Yesterday, there was an award night, so they give out awards, and tonight is the night where they give out the overall awards, so like Model of the Year, which I'm eligible for. But, I don't know. There's a lot of people here, so I don't know. But I got first, I didn't like win these categories, but I got first runner, oh, I'm missing one. But I got first runner-up in 3 of them, which I think it was, yeah, commercial print, TV beauty, and fashion print. I don't know. Lately, things have been feeling like really fast-paced, and I'm having like a really heavy imposter syndrome. But it's like, I need to get out of my head. But I need to get ready, too. I'm gonna get ready, and tonight is a dinner, and then they're having the overall awards, and then I go to bed, and then I have to be on a plane home at 8 a.m., but I'm leaving at like 4:15 just to get through security early and then board my plane. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready, and then I'll see you after I'm done getting ready. So we're at the last award ceremony of the week. How are you? Yeah, it's really cold in here, but it's okay. It's all right. And we're at a very fancy little dinner.
And we get fancy little cakes.
And they gave us fancy little cakes. Super fun. Now, when I say that, like, everybody from everywhere was doing everything here, like, I mean it. Like, the variety of talent, I guess, it was from, like, here to here. As the night went on, I didn't get any awards, and I was not bummed about it. I was just happy to see everybody else getting awards and doing so good because they all worked really hard. You know, it's very easy to fall into this way of thinking where it's like, oh, like, darn, like, I needed to win that. Like, I needed to win that. Because I didn't. I was okay with whatever happened. You know, I wasn't there to win. I was just there to connect and meet people and to work and, like, you know, and that was what I did. And it was nice to just be in a room full of people who were all just happy for each other. But finally, the final awards came up, and this one I was eligible for, and it was Male Model of the Year. The people that I heard of who had won Male Model of the Year was Josh Duhamel, and second place was Ashton Kutcher. Loser! We don't like you anymore. When I got there, I really was like, oh, eligible for Model of the Year. Yeah, okay. And yeah, so look at me up on the stage.
Judah Garcia from Neil Hamel Center. Third runner-up, Brian Sullivan from Ambiance Models and Talent. Second runner-up, Holland Dennison from Model Act Studios. First runner-up, Justin Kemp from Mainline Models and Talent, and our winner is Dallas Slater from Seattle Talent, Seattle Live.
There was a point there where, like, you could see it in my face where I was, like, looking around and I was just like, oh, I'm winning right now. Okay, I was so awkward. Like, I didn't even know what to do. I had gotten second place for everything else I was doing except acting. I kinda... Wah. My brother was like, wouldn't it be so crazy if you just won Model of the Year? Wouldn't that be just insane for you? And I was like, that's only if everything goes perfectly. And then it did. Everything worked out the way it was supposed to. And I love that about this little story. Because a few months ago, little old me, who was just going on a 5-hour car ride to go meet a photographer in a city he had never been, in a state he'd lived his whole life, working at a Target, can just go do that and then go to New York and then be told he's Model of the Year. Anyone can do anything. Like, I really was like, I felt so much more good about myself and like more sure of myself that like I can go out and I can do things. Like I can make a plan and I can set goals and I can go and do these goals, and it felt really good. I don't know, I felt such an inspirational feeling, as you can see. I was also really sweaty. Okay, so I won Male Model of the Year. I beat Ashton Kutcher. Can you believe that? Isn't that crazy? I was working at Target a week ago and now I beat Ashton Kutcher. Okay. So I just decided to call everybody at home and let them know, like, I did win. Because I did go alone. Like, everybody else, I feel like that was there, had a family member there with them, like, or supporting them. So I just went by myself, basically. Which it was really hard being away from home, honestly. I was kind of having a hard time with it. And all my friends are just so cute and sweet.
Did you know that Dallin just won Male Model of the Year?
Where?
In New York.
Actually?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Male Model in New York. Hold up, I can't flip it.
Courtney, I won Male Model of the Year. I beat Ashton Kutcher. I got Model of the Year.
This motherfucker got Model of the fucking Year.
I beat Ashton Kutcher. Next stop is Fashion Week. So after I was done talking to everybody, I was like really hungry. It was really late in the night. So I went down to the restaurant that was in the hotel, and I got there right as they were closing up, and I was like, do you have like just a cheeseburger? Like, I just want a cheeseburger. Like, do you have a cheeseburger? And he was like, this is our last one. And he handed it to me, and I got it, and I was just like, oh my god, like, my luck just keeps on going. Like, my luck is just endless today. Today is my day. I get up in my hotel room. I take a bite out of that burger. It's raw. There was a mirror right, like, in front of me, right in front of the bed. And I just looked in it. And I just said, you needed this. Because if that burger would have been, like, perfectly cooked and perfectly hot, and, like, the fries weren't soggy, they were crispy and hot, I would have been such a bitch for so long. I needed a humbling really quick, and that was it. I bought this journal on June 24th, 2022, okay? And I wrote in it about how I wanted to model and like how I was kind of afraid of putting myself out there, I guess. And the day I left for New York was exactly a year from that date. I left for New York on June 24th, 2023. I have a quote that I wrote down from a TED Talk that I watched, and it was called Do You See the Signs of the Universe by Ula Soyoko. And she said this one thing, and it's kind of sat with me through the past like 2 years, and it just says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That kind of just changed my mindset on like feeling crappy about myself all the time and being like, oh, you could never go do that. Who are you to go and do that? It just makes me really hopeful for whatever the future has to bring, and I hope to make more fun little videos about it. Subscribe if you want. I mean, if you want to see me go freaking take on the world of modeling like a normal guy, just a normal guy taking on the world of modeling in big cities with big dreams, that's me. I'm your guy. Please. Please? Anyway, enjoy these cute little bloopers I put together. 3, 2, 1. It's 4 a.m. and my Uber is gonna be here to take me to the airport, and then I go home. Now is the beginning of my career. When this door opens, I start my career. Just kidding, I'm going to get in my Uber.
So, what are your long-term goals as a model, and how do you plan to achieve them?
I'm looking... Okay, I can't say, I'm sorry. Let me try again.
I'm sorry.
Let me try again, please. Oh, hey, IMTA. It's me, Dallin Slater. I'm looking into the sun right now, and I can't wait to be there, to see everybody's cute little faces. Ah ha 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 ha. Mwah.
I'm that guy in the office.
He's this guy in the office. 2. So, choose the brush that really cleans up. Colgate Precision. Your smile's waiting.